You might have a really great deal, but your neck is on the line for $10 million. Can you handle that risk? You might have a really great deal, but your neck is on the line for $10,000. So. Welcome to another episode, and in this episode I want to talk to you about the intelligence of success, and specifically about the intelligence of successful real estate investing. So real estate investing oftentimes is an intellectual exercise. If the numbers line up, and if the ARV is there, and if the cap rate is right, and if the NOI is right, and if all the numbers and determining factors are in the right order and in the right sequence, in the right percentages, then maybe you've got a good deal. And I say maybe because it always depends on the market and the timing and so forth. But what is it that gets a person to pull the trigger on a real estate deal in the first place? What is it that gets you to take action in the first place? I mean, you go and look at the numbers, but something has to precede that in order for you to go find a deal, investigate a deal, do the due diligence, and then actually put in an offer. Well, it's the three areas of intelligence that I think contribute heavily to this measure of success. And so those are, in no order, emotional intelligence, or your EQ, your emotional quotient, your FQ, your financial quotient, your financial intelligence, and then third is your social quotient, or your social intelligence. Now, let's break those down and see what they mean and how they apply to real estate investing. Number one, your emotional intelligence, which, by the way, I believe is the most important one. Your emotional intelligence determines your measure of success. It also determines your ability to take action on a matter, specifically in real estate. So what is your emotional intelligence? That is your ability to know your own emotions, to understand your emotions, to understand how they play out, to understand the difference between what's real with your emotions, what's a belief in your emotions, what's fictitious, also the source of your emotions. Your emotional quotient, or your emotional intelligence, gives you the ability to make decisions reasonably and logically because you have sorted through the emotions that affect you. Emotional intelligence also is your capacity to recognize your own emotions, as well as to discern the difference between thinking and feeling. And in real estate, that's really important because if you can only feel your way through a deal a certain amount, as you can only think your way through a deal a certain amount. It's the combination of those two, and it's the reality check of your emotions. Do you let your emotions govern your behavior adversely? Do you let your emotions affect your behavior in a good way? So the understanding of the source of your emotions, the clarifying of your emotions so that they don't prohibit you from taking action, is the foundation of emotional intelligence and emotional quotient. The second area is financial quotient. This is your ability to understand spending, to understand money, to understand expenses, to understand debt, to understand your investment strategies, your long-term investment strategies. It's basically your understanding about this thing we call money and how we measure success with money. So many people really don't have an understanding about money or finances, and so if that's you, or if you feel like maybe you need more understanding, go get educated. There's plenty of books and videos and audios out there that can help you get to a place where you feel more comfortable financially and with your financial intelligence. Also, risk and protection and financial planning is an integral part of your financial intelligence. How much risk can you tolerate? This is really important in a real estate transaction because, you might have a really great deal, but your neck is on the line for $10 million. Can you handle that risk? You might have a really great deal, but your neck is on the line for $10,000. So it's all relative, and your understanding of money, protection, and overall finances contributes to your financial quotient, your financial intelligence. The third area is social intelligence, or your social quotient. In other words, how do you relate to others? How do you build rapport? How do you establish a connection? How do you communicate? Do you communicate effectively? Are your ideas and thoughts and concepts able to translate to another person in a way that they can understand? Do you receive information from another person in a way that you understand really what they're talking about, and not just guessing or not just speculating about what they talk about? Why is this so important in real estate investing? Well, obviously, your social quotient, your social intelligence, enables you to be able to communicate with sellers, and buyers, and contractors, and realtors, and title companies, and mortgage companies, and bankers, so on and so forth. And the more skilled, the more proficient you are in your social skills, your ability to relate to another, the better opportunity you have for setting yourself up for success in the real estate investing world. Of those three, I believe that your emotional intelligence, the emotional quotient that you have, is the most important. When you feel good about yourself, when you understand your worthiness, when you understand what it's like to be authentic because you've done the work on your personality, then it's easier to understand the financial aspect. You're not doing finances, or you're not working with finances from an egotistical perspective. You're not working with finances from a perspective of, how can I show off what I have? You're authentic because you've done the emotional work. Same thing with your social work. When you understand your own psychology and your own emotions and where you come from, much easier to relate to others and have others relate to you. So those are your three key areas of intelligence for real estate success. How does this relate? If you feel like you're not getting the success that you want in the real estate industry, in your investments, doesn't matter, residential or commercial, because I've done both and I continue to do both. If you feel like you're not getting the measure of success that you want, then something is blocking you. And that's a good place to start, that you understand that there is a block. And when you understand that there is a block, now you can take action. Now you can move to finding out which part of your financial intelligence, emotional intelligence, or social intelligence needs a little help and needs a little bolstering up. And when you determine that, then that just all feeds in together. It's a holistic approach to success, especially in the real estate world. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please like it, comment on it, share it with your friends. And also, if you ever want a strategy session, a complimentary strategy session, please reach out to me to paulmontalongo.com/strategy. I'm happy to give you a complimentary session, and let's find out where your blocks are, where your blind spots are, so we can move you forward to a transformational place from the real estate business or from any business that you may have. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Talk to you again soon.